This is planet Earth, mankind's playground. We evolved from an agrarian civilization to one speeding around in automobiles powered by fossil fuels using slick combustion engines. The combustion engine marked the genesis of the Industrial Revolution. A small amount of fossil fuel, which comes loaded with chemical energy, and a small container when ignited creates tremendous mechanical energy. Internal combustion engines repeatedly cause this ignition and then harness the energy to move our cars. Automobiles became an essential part of human life in the West through the 20th century, and in the later part of this century, large populations like China and India woke up to the magic of cars. Well, there's a dark side to this story. The chemical reaction in the internal combustion engine produces harmful byproducts. Carbon dioxide, CO2, water, and some soot, also called particulate matter, PM. The effects of inhaling particulate matter have been studied in humans and animals and include asthma, lung cancer, cardiovascular issues, and even premature death. These emissions also cause lasting damage to the planet. That includes greenhouse gases and global warming. The world population had grown from less than 500 million when the internal combustion engine was invented to over 7 billion now. A few cars on the planet were okay, but 1 billion+ cars are creating a big problem. This is New Delhi, the world's seventh largest city, a sprawling metropolis which is home to a huge population of 15 million and growing. India's rapid urbanization and fast expansion of the middle class brought in huge numbers of automobiles into the city. In the early 1990s, the air in India started to turn intolerable, and days started to become gray and dreary. Based on the World Bank, in around the 1980s, when cars and vehicles weren't as abundant, CO2 intensity was about 2.2 kg per kg of oil equivalent energy use. But from there, in the mid-2000s, the CO2 density rose to 2.6 kg per kg of oil equivalent energy use. The government took a bold step, realizing that certain fossil fuels have lesser negative impacts. They mandated that all public transportation switch from diesel fuel to compressed natural gas. This move contributed largely to the environment, mainly because of the decrease of black carbon and SO2 emissions. Based on the Indian Environment Portal, the black carbon emissions for buses went down by 1.52 grams per kilometer to 0.002 grams per kilometer. In terms of SO2 emissions, it decreased from 0.233 grams per kilometer to 0 grams per kilometer. Delhi continued to grow through the start of the 21st century, and the problem of air quality came back to haunt it. Now Delhi had more cars on the roads than all of India's metro cities combined. The problem continues to this day, but back in 2003, the government made another smart move. They began building the Delhi Metro transit system. With Delhi user number of 2.4 million people, this has, and is still reducing, the amount of cars on roads of Delhi, and according to DailyMail.com, this resulted in a decrease of Delhi air pollution by 35%. Change is inevitable, and sometimes change creates big problems. But human creativity and timely action can prevent these problems to undermine our very existence. What we need to do is extrapolate our energy needs for the next 50 years and invest in infrastructure and innovative solutions so we have smart solutions in place in timely manner. We must collaborate across nations to do this, as it is our shared responsibility. For Earth is our playground, and we must leave it in good shape for future generations to enjoy and thrive in.